World War I was supposed to be swift, a grand clash of empires where soldiers would return home victorious by Christmas. Instead, it became a nightmare beyond imagination. As armies clashed, dreams of glory were replaced by the brutal reality of war. In this episode, we uncover how the opening battles shattered expectations, from Germany's high-stakes invasion plan to the desperate fights that turned fields into killing grounds. The Schlieffen Plan. Germany knew it was caught in a deadly game, facing war on two fronts, France to the west, Russia to the east. To win, it devised the Schlieffen Plan, a strategy built on speed and deception. The idea? Crush France in 6 weeks by sweeping through neutral Belgium, then rush east before Russia could fully mobilize. It was a daring move, but one with fatal flaws. Germany expected Belgium to be a mere stepping stone, but the small nation refused to surrender. The Belgians flooded their own lands, blew up bridges, and resisted fiercely. This unexpected defiance slowed the German advance, buying time for Britain and France to strike back. What was meant to be a lightning-fast victory was already slipping into a costly quagmire. The Battle of the Marne. By early September 1914, German forces were at the doorstep of Paris. Victory seemed inevitable, but just as the world held its breath, the Allies launched a desperate counterattack along the Marne River. This was no ordinary battle. It was a clash of over 2 million soldiers, where the fate of France hung in the balance. In a bizarre twist, Parisian taxi cabs were used to rush reinforcements to the front, a surreal moment in military history. As the battle raged, German forces found themselves stretched too thin. The unthinkable happened, their advance stalled. The mighty Schlieffen Plan was in ruins. Forced to retreat, the Germans dug defensive positions, unknowingly setting the stage for years of trench warfare. The war would not end in weeks. It would drag on for years. The race to the sea, a desperate chess game, turns into a nightmare with neither side able to land a decisive blow. They tried to outflank each other in a deadly game of cat and mouse. Each maneuver pushed them further north, until both armies reached the North Sea. There was nowhere left to go, except down into the earth. Soldiers dug trenches, first as temporary shelters, then as sprawling fortresses stretching for hundreds of miles. This marked the birth of trench warfare, a new and horrifying form of combat. Once in the trenches, there was no escape, only mud, disease, and the ever-present threat of death. The Eastern Front, a war of movement and annihilation. While the Western Front stagnated, the Eastern Front remained fluid and unpredictable. In August 1914, Russia launched a premature invasion into East Prussia, hoping to crush Germany early. But Russia was overconfident and poorly organized. In a stunning reversal, German generals Hindenburg and Ludendorff lured Russian forces into a trap at the Battle of Tannenberg. The Russian army was obliterated. Entire divisions were surrounded and annihilated. Despite suffering catastrophic losses, Russia had one advantage Germany feared: endless manpower. Though beaten, Russia would not back down, forcing Germany to split its forces. The seeds of future disasters had been sown. The reality of modern warfare, the war no one expected. By the end of 1914, the world had changed forever. War was no longer about glorious charges and swift victories. It was a grinder that chewed up men and spit out corpses. Machine guns turned open fields into killing zones. Poison gas burned lungs and blinded soldiers. Artillery barrages shattered trenches and buried men alive. The war had become a nightmarish test of endurance, where victory was measured not in land gained, but in how many enemy soldiers could be ground down. What started as a bold plan had collapsed into a merciless deadlock. Europe was bleeding, but the war was far from over. 1914 had shattered illusions. What lay ahead was even worse. In the next episode, we will explore the horrors of trench warfare, the brutal battles of 1915, and the desperate attempts to break the stalemate. The Great War had only just begun. Stay tuned. Subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next gripping chapter of World War I.